Since I started in the Assembly in 2012, I have worked hard to honor and recognize the courageous acts of our California heroes, both past and present, and to commend them for their devotion to our country. Today's press conference marks a significant milestone for our California veterans and for myself as a legislator. I stand before you today proud to celebrate the upcoming commencement date of my bill, Assembly Bill 935, which places a veteran designation on California's driver's license or ID card. This bill idea was originally brought to me by Pete Conity and his veterans groups, and who told me that an overwhelming amount of veterans are struggling to prove their military service because they have no easy way to identify themselves. The bill had been tried once in the past but failed during the legislative process, and actually several times it had been tried in different forms or formats. Despite the hurdles ahead, I knew this bill would be worth reviving because it would create real, meaningful change for our veterans. With the growing population of service members returning to California, I feel I have a responsibility to make sure our veterans are well equipped to integrate back into civilian life. And AB 935 is a critical first step in fulfilling that promise. I've got to level with you guys. Getting this legislation passed was no walk in the park at all. Getting AB 935 to the governor's desk truly took blood, sweat, and a lot of tears. And at times, a few very colorful words. Over just a 2-year period, I had to try this bill 3 times before it was finally signed into law in 2014. But I was determined to do it. Just as our veterans have never given up on us, I was not about to give up on them, and it was a battle worth fighting. And finally, after months of waiting, this day is finally here. Beginning Veterans Day of this year, I'm proud to say that our military service members will finally reap the benefits of this legislation. What does it mean? It means no more carrying around those bulky, inconvenient DD-214s. This designation creates stress-free identification by putting proof of your military service literally at your fingertips. This designation is going to significantly improve our veterans' outreach and tracking. But did you know that California is home to the largest number of veterans, nearly 2 million, yet 1 million of those veterans are unaccounted for? When these veterans go to their CVSOs, we're going to make sure that as many veterans as possible are accounted for and that they're receiving all the resources, benefits, and service they're rightfully entitled to. That means California can potentially bring in an additional $750 million in direct federal benefits annually to our veterans and our economy. This is going to be also helpful for medical professionals and our law enforcement professionals. Both have been trained to look for this designation so that they are aware that the individual they are interacting with is someone who has served in the United States military. This way, the professional knows how to appropriately perform and that they can provide specialized pathways of treatment for a veteran who may be suffering from medical trauma, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, as a result of their service. All of these benefits are going to create a true improvement in the quality of life for our veterans.
California is launching the new Veteran Designation Program because it honors and recognizes the military service of our veterans. We ask so much of our veterans and their families. As a veteran myself, I'm glad the state is taking this extra step for me. I deployed to Desert Storm as well as 3 times to the Iraq War, and I'm very proud of my 28 years of military service as a physician in the United States Medical Corps. Every veteran should be equally proud. California is launching the new Veteran Designation Program so our veterans learn about and apply for the benefits they earned based on their military service. Simply put, if you served, you earned. Let me say that again. If you served, you earned this benefit. And that's why I'm getting my veteran driver license. As an added bonus, California's new veteran designation means that businesses can easily confirm veteran status when offering discounts.
The California DMV is excited to offer veterans the opportunity to proudly display the word veteran on their driver's license and or identification card. As a Marine, I have already made my appointment to get my veterans designation on my driver's license. The DMV is prepared to start helping veterans apply for the designation on Thursday, November 12th, the day after Veterans Day. We want to make sure veterans are prepared when they visit any one of our 174 field offices across the state. Make sure you have your veteran status verification form filled out and stamped. I already have mine, received it yesterday, proudly. We urge everyone to make an appointment before visiting DMV field office. You could do that on phone or online. There is also a $5 fee for the veteran designation plus any driver's license or ID card application fees. We want to remind everyone that the DMV has a webpage developed specifically for veterans, active military, and their family members. That webpage has information on special services for veterans and military personnel. Again, we want to remind veterans to get your records, visit your county veteran service office, and then make your appointment to visit a DMV field office to obtain your veteran designation, driver's license, or ID card.
My uncle died in the because of the Vietnam War. He was dusted with Agent Orange continuously. In 1997, he was one of the first veterans to be designated death due to complications of Agent Orange. And so I saw his horrible death. And so from that point forward, I always had a soft spot in my heart for veterans and what they've done for us. So it's a debt of gratitude that we can never pay back. And so when I learned of this opportunity where it makes a better quality of life, and when we have public safety with combat veterans who've come up on somebody who has PTSD, instead of getting them to a 72-hour lockup on a 5150, we can actually get them to the appropriate care. That right there is just the amazing component of just one facet of this bill. It's my hope that this bill will serve as a reminder to our veterans that California is grateful for their sacrifice every day, not just on Veterans Day.